Okay, it looks like I'm live. Let me. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Don't do that. I'm going to go over to YouTube so I can see things the way you can see things. Maybe. My computer is being very disagreeable today. I was trying to go on live at uh, 4 o'clock. There it is. But I kept saying my microphone was in use, and I'd like to know, who's listening to that shenanigans. I kept saying microphone in use by another application. I'm like, no, it's really not. Or Google owes me some explanations. So to restart my computer, which takes forever. And I'm talking and I can't turn it off. Okay. And I didn't mark that I was going live, so it's just me. How exciting is that? It's me all by myself. That's okay. So we're going to try and glue the roof on because I failed miserably at all the things. Yes, I did. I did find Elsa's loaning me her little sidekick things. She gave me a path die so I can make a path. Well, she didn't give it to me. She's loaning it to me. Let me be specific here. So I need to find some paper. That's right, Amy, you need paper. Did you have anything prepared? No, I didn't. So we'll just use whatever's on hand over here in the I screwed up with that thing pile. But I set some stuff on the I screwed up with that thing pile, so now I gotta put that stuff somewhere else. Oh, not that. Maybe some of that. Black. Why is there no gray? I screwed up paper. And all the gray papers in the other room. Perfect. We'll just use this gray envelope. Why not? Let's use one of the really, really screwed up ones. What are we doing? Yeah, that's what we're doing. We have 85 that have half the stuff ripped off them, and you can't find one of those. Nope, no, I sure can't. Okay, so then we got a black piece of paper. And that's what we're making our path out of. Okay. Hey, Carla. You're the onlyest one. It's me and you. You can watch me struggle. Okay. We are going to try and cut this little pathy thing. So, let's pull apart this envelope. How is your weekend going, lovely lady? I hope you're having a fantastic time. So I have to actually cut this to size, right? Because this is exactly what fits through here. Yes, it is. All right, so let's just hold that on there and cut around it. That's what we're gonna do. Also, I'm highly caffeinated today, so there's that. We had to go out and do some scavenger. We didn't have to. We chose to go out and scavenger today. Because really on Sunday is not our favorite day to go out because there's lots of tiny people with their parents running around all over the place doing tiny people with parents things. And usually the tiny people are unsupervised while their parents are doing parenty things. Am I doing this right? There we go. I think I have turned the wrong way, but okay. Hey, Steffi, how you doing? Well, children, tiny peoples. Parents are not always, oh, it's tiny, tiny pieces. Oh boy, I knew this was going to happen, but still it surprised me. Let's take the super tiny pieces off there. I don't want that yet. Great, now I'm going to need a pair of tweezers. Why did you think this was a good idea, Amy? I don't know. Because I'm stupid. All right, so anyway, Well, sometimes children look like children and sometimes they look like little tiny people. When we were driving out of the housing area here, oh, look at that. That's cute too, right? Okay. We passed 4 little dudes sitting out on their porch eating ice cream very carefully because they'd been given an admonishment because they were wearing the suits, the Sunday suits. So they were trying to enjoy their ice cream and not screw up their suits. And why are you doing this, Amy? Because I said I wanted to make a path. And that didn't all the way cut out, so let's run some black through here. I'm sorry, I know this is like clear as mud for you guys, right? Let's watch Amy struggle with all the things. So yeah, they were wearing just these perfect little tiny suits, like age 4 on up to maybe around 10 or 12, just standing out there delicately eating ice cream. And so I felt a tiny bit bad for them. They were trying to be well behaved. I cannot say the same for every child we ran across while we were out and about. I'm going to have to run this through twice, so I don't want to get quite all the way to the end. Or I just want to keep it from spitting out so that I can run it through a second time. Do it again, do it again. You missed me. So yeah. That sounds about right, Steffi. Sounds about right. All right, the edges are not cutting on these. This is making me unhappy. Where's my little tiny teeny scissors? There they are. I'll show you what I got at Michael's in just a little bit. We actually were going to the 99-cent store. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. 99 and more, something like that. Anyway, for juice and milk. But we were both hungry by the time we got there. So we bought a little bit more than juice and milk, you know what I'm saying? We were hungry shopping. Not quite hangry, but we were hungry shopping. I wound up with the cheap cherry Pop-Tarts, which I don't even necessarily like, but in that moment I was like, that sounds good. And I got some SpaghettiOs with meatballs. Somehow I think that's not gonna 2 is not gonna quite cut it. This path may take a little bit. 99 cents only. Die cut is an art that eluded you. I do okay with it, but I've never made anything this tiny before, so there may be some swearing before all of this is over. That's all I'm saying. All right, let me cut this to the size of the plate again. Well, then I gotta tear these off. Hey, Lovely's Crafting Lodge. How you doing, Jacqueline? Not good. Oh, Carla, you didn't have a good weekend? I'm sorry. That blows chunks. I like it when you have a good weekend. It's no fun if you have a bad weekend and then you have to go back to work on Monday. That's some kind of bullshit. That's not okay. Okay. Put this all back together. Let's make the sandwich. Come on. You cannot just roll the top plate through there. It doesn't like me right now. There we go. It's a little bitty machine and it don't like me. All right, we got to roll it through twice because we're just not getting good cuts along the edges. Been flat from my treatment. Oh, you're not going to work tomorrow? That's okay. You get some you time and hopefully it'll be better later.
So,
oh, what?
To tell you,
What am I doing wrong?
you're not doing anything wrong.
What?
That's designed to cut out the piece that gets left in the die,
Oh.
not the stones.
Well, I'm doing it the wrong way then.
No, you're doing it fine. You want the stones.
Yeah.
That's not what it's designed for, though.
Okay, but you didn't tell me that.
I know.
She just watched me on the struggle bus and going, is essentially what happened. Oh, so I should keep this part, is what you're saying, for another application.
Yeah, that's the part that's the die cut. The stones are just a benefit, like an extra bonus.
Fine. Well, now I feel like a dork. I'm a dork. Just the universe again going, you're stupid. That's the part I'm supposed to keep, apparently. And I'm all over here trying to get the stones off it. Well, boo, Carla, boo. Not even chocolate is helping? Darn it all. Okay. All right, we need another black piece. What do I do with that black piece of paper? See, using my scraps. I'm using my damaged paper. Look at me. Steffi, did you do anything fun this weekend? Or Jacqueline, did you guys do any crafting? Or I spent all day yesterday in bed. Els and Mike went out scaventuring, and I got some goodies from that scavenger, so I'll show those off at some point. Unless you'll have to remind me if you want to see my I wasn't there for these scavenger goodies. I got some good stuff. Towards the end of the stream. If I show you now, then we won't get anything on the haunted house done. So. Aw. Those jerk faces porch pirating your cat treats. What's Noodles gonna do now? We'll have to send you along some kind of Happy Mail. I know that won't make it all better, but Happy Mail is good. Okay. Should have maybe made this out of thicker paper, right? I think Elsa's filming a video. She's always working. Okay, Steffi. Oh my gosh. That people are such jackasses. That is not cool. You know, the sad thing is Els watches all kind of videos. Sometimes she watches those and they show, the people stealing stuff on the porch. And you know what the truth is? The cops in most places don't care. They won't do anything, even if it's on film. And you know where those people live. They don't think it's worth the time. And I think that's fucked up. I think that, it's a crime. It doesn't matter if they're stealing kitty treats or TVs. Until there's an actual interest by the police in catching those people, they should at least be fined or something, or made to do community service. They should have to go do yard work and shit for old people. Do something constructive with your time so you don't have time to go steal shit off people's porches. I think it's just sad that even happens. All right. Do you think that's enough? I think we should probably do it at least one more time. Let's do one more envelope-y thing. Woo! I threw that somewhere. I don't even know where it went. Okay, let's cut this to the right size. And they're not near a bathroom, Carla. Not near a bathroom. Like they're stuck in their car. Uh-oh, what to do with the other plate? I set the other plate down somewhere and I don't know where. Hold the phone. Maybe I dropped it on the floor. If only I were smarter. Oh, there it is. If only I were smart enough to actually be doing the activity I'm doing. You want the... I don't blame you. Who steals cat treats and expensive ones at that? Do you have any neighbors with cats? What a jackassy thing to do, Let's try doing it this way. I think the sidekick hates me. Mostly a dog block. So just some rando person. And you know what happened then? Cat treats. They probably just chucked them in the trash, little assholes. There we go. The plates can only be turned a certain way. That's what's sad about that is I feel like for certain things, if it's not going to have any value for them, they're just going to chuck it away. But you've spent your hard-earned money on that. Do you have one of those porch picture things? I know they're really popular right now. We don't have one. I probably shouldn't announce that since we show our address all the time. But somebody's almost always home here. Our packages don't really sit out on the porch. Mike brings stuff in and leaves it by the front door. And then later I'm like, where's my package? I finally got some dye from Joann's. The first I ordered it and they sent it in 2 orders, which was nice because usually it's 12 orders. And the first one came in like 3 days, and the second one took almost 3 weeks. Like, how could it take 3 weeks to get dye here? What, did you hand walk it from Massachusetts? But that was the original. It wasn't like it just took that long. That was like that was their original estimate. I'm like, that seems like a long time, but all right. While we were at Michael's today, I bought a few because Rit is being a butthead. All right, let's start with that and see if it's enough because I'm sick of doing this. What's the real reason Amy doesn't do die cuts? No patience. Amy has no patience. Nope. No ring doorbell. That's okay. I don't think you need one other than somebody in your neighborhood's a jackass. So we could do it like that, I guess. I should have just used the bricks and done it with. Yeah, I didn't get anything done that I said I was going to get done on this, so I'm an asshole. I had big plans. I did not follow through on that stuff. So the path only needs to go right to that line. Okay. I'm sorry, Carla, do you feel like I've singled you out for conversation? I'm highly caffeinated because I got Starbucks. This is my last one. This is a Venti. And this ought to do it. The Grandes, I feel like it's not quite enough, but the Venti is almost too much. All right. So glue. We need some glue. Probably not glue stick. Where did you put all your glue, Amy? I don't know. Where is all my glue? I don't know where anything is. Here we go. I found some glue. Just start quizzing you. So what kind of doorbell do you have? I don't know. I hope all people like that get wished upon them what you wished on them, because that's just a jackassy thing to do. So this could wind up looking totally like dog poo, but we're going to go with it. Right? We're going to leave some space in between. This is about as exciting as watching paint dry for you guys. This is the kind of stuff I wanted to have done, but I feel like I'm not managing my time very well. We need a little more glue over here. I have been hit so hard this fall, like end of August till I still feel it a little bit, but I had a really bad spurt in there. And I realized, it's the 2-year anniversary of Liam's midnight move and me having to move out here. And not that me moving out here is making me depressed. It's just, and then, through December, that was always a hard time for Liam because of some things that his dad did. And so I think I kind of am still feeling that a little bit myself. And so I've really been on the struggle bus with my depression. And I don't like it. Because when I'm online live, first of all, it takes me forever to warm up just to be live with you guys. And that's a shitty thing because I like doing it. Yeah, the only thing I like a Trente in is they have that, there's a kind of one of their lemonade drinks that I like. Oh, what is it? But unsweetened. I can't think of it. It's red. That's all I know. That I can have in a Trente in the summer, because it's unsweetened and it's a fruity tea drink lemonade thing, passion tea lemonade, something like that. But unsweetened. When they sweeten it, it's too much for me. So we're just kind of making a wonky path. I think it was Janice who said wonky path. And so now we have to do it. Oh, I did that wrong. Okay, let's let that one dry over there, maybe. Or it could just live on my fingernail. See if we can find another shape like that. No, because I like that shape. It's not going to come up again. Okay, we'll just use this one. So I'm trying to make it a little bit wonky. I didn't know this could look like poo. But we started out by trying, we were at Del Taco. Because after the dollar store, we were both hangry. And not quite hangry, but we were, whatever's pre-hangry. There's no word for that. Like where you're getting close to hangry territory. And I knew I had to go live. But the one that suggested we go out and get her juice, because she likes to have this, she has a twisted juice drink. It's a mix of fruit flavors in the morning. And, you enjoy your little treats. She's trying to cut down on soda. So, I'm all for encouraging less soda in everybody's life. Just because it's bad for your teeth and it's bad for your body. And juice is a lot of sugar too, but at least it's natural. And I was like, well, let's go do that early today. And let's do it going this way. And that way it'll be before my live. I need a gray one like that. The glue will dry clear, so that will be okay. And we might go in and make the path sparkly after that. Okay. So this should be my last pumpkin spice latte of this. I usually only have one, but I think I usually have a venti. Plus, who can afford Starbucks drinks all the time? They're expensive. Expensive, I tell you. Here's a little cute gray one to go right there. Okay, let's add in a little more glue now. Why? Why? Because I'm slow. Right now we need a thin black one. How about this one? So we're not going to have the edges too even. Ugh, is that gray? Dang it. Okay, for where this is going. So let's move this over here. Just push that one over there. Now let's get a slightly different one for over here. How about this one? This one looketh good. Okay. Now we need a black one. Let's just do a big floppy black piece. That's going to hang a little bit over the edge. So let's put a little glue over here. And this one goes down a little bit further than where the glue is. So we'll just add more glue. It's not like there's a glue shortage going on. Yeah, so Rit is pulled off a bunch of the dyes off their website to encourage people to buy from the... but I don't buy like normal people. I buy like 4 cases at a time of a color. And so it's hard to find that locally. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we need 2 little bitty pieces. Let's do... We're going to have this poke out a little bit over here. So we need a black piece and we need... Let's do this one. And this little guy here. There we go. forgot what I was talking about. I've lost my train of thought. Not only did we miss our station, we're not even sure where we're going anymore. Oh well. Just me and myself and I. Having a good time. Sort of. Okay. I do want this piece, but we don't want it to be so quite so pointy right there. Okay. Let's put you right in there. And then we need a little piece for right here. Ooh, glue bubble. A snot bubble. Snot bubble. No, I think Els is filming a video right now. Do you want me to ask her something for you? I can. It could happen. There we go. All right. I will be right back. I forgot to potty before I got in here. And I just realized I really, really needed to pee. I'm sorry. I will be right back. Okay, sorry, I'm back. You know, tiny bladder. I'm not so good at waiting. Oh, now we're gonna have to push the pieces up because I need something to just. Let's see if we can make these. Oh, look at that. Another use for a foam brush. Ta-da! I made it happen. Okay. Oh, you missed hers? There was a hover story? Oh, was it the chair story? I almost peed my pants. I laughed so hard last night. And poor Mike, he's such a good sport about it. So I want to say, when I say she's not in here, I'm not trying to be mean. She does the same thing I do. She'll put on my video, and I put on hers all the time. But then I'll go to the garage, or I'll bounce over to check on listings or something I remembered I need to look at on Amazon or wherever. And so I'll be not watching it for a few minutes, but I can hear the sound, or sometimes not, depending on what I'm doing. But I flit in and out, which is why sometimes it takes me a while to Auntie Grace. And it's not that I don't care or that I don't want to be there, but she's a busy lady. She's got Sunday's one of her days to film, and so she's got to get the filming done. And sure, she's caught up through December on her videos. She makes me sick. That's a talent right there, So I think I'm gonna. Is this looking too weird? How does it look? It doesn't look so spectacular, does it? Oh my God, the chair story, when they were telling it last night, the both of them, oh my gosh. They were so funny. Because I can picture the whole thing. I even know the store they were at, so I can totally get a visual on that for what happened. Uh-oh, where did I put my glue? Oh, there it is. Let's put a piece over here because it feels like that's naked over there. A little black piece right in there. I don't know if I like this. I think I might be hating this. Gray over here. I think maybe I don't like this. I had my heart set on a modeling paste one, but this seemed like such a good idea. Didn't it though? Didn't it? Maybe it'll look better when the glue is dry. Oh, yeah, that story, that just killed me. And Mike's not, the kind of person who, won't let you poke a little fun at him if he's, That's roughly where our path is going right there. I should have got some brown, huh? I didn't even think of it. I did not even think of it. So I'll put my list off to the side here real quick, if you give me a second, of what I've been watching. So I don't just sit here and say nothing. So that's about where I'm at today. Yeah, so every time when I'm like this, when I'm depressed like this, I have to talk myself into going on, or I'm forgetful. Like I didn't go on yesterday because I was dinking around, and I was awake when I was supposed to go live, but I was dinking around, and before I knew it, it was 9 o'clock at night, and I'd missed all my opportunities, And I felt bad because I feel like people are thinking I'm just telling them I'm going to go live, and then I'm like, ha, joke's on you, I'm not going live. Okay, so let's see, what's the last thing I actually remember telling you I watched? So I did The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor, which are seasons, kind of like American Horror Story does a different, it's not like one contiguous kind of thing. And they're talking about making a third one, but I don't know because Bly Manor wasn't all that well received. Now, I thought of the two that The Haunting of Hill House was the scarier one. They were both incredibly sad, though, to me. That's what I'm talking about. Like some, oops, that's supposed to go more like over here. Not too much gray in one spot, right? Let's put this one over here. So fright-wise, I really thought Hill House had it going on. But what they really had was two complete stories with the way past and then the more recent past, and I thought they should have delineated that better, because what happened was they kind of ignored the older hauntings until the last two episodes, so it really only got an episode and a half, and I feel like it should have been more interspersed throughout like the rest of it. So for me, that was kind of a little bit disappointing that they did it that way, that they left that component to the end, because it was hard to care about that part at that at such a late juncture. But that's just my 2 cents. It's a lot of black. So we're working some more gray. And The Haunting of Hill House was set in America, and The Haunting of Bly Manor was set in England. But I watched them back to back, and that's a lot of sad back to back. That's all I'm saying. And then I watched the original Fright Night from 1985. What a terrible movie, but I love it. I just love it. We need a little gray piece. And then we need a tiny little black piece. And then we can do a really big gray piece. Yeah, I like the original Fright Night much better than the remake. But the remake has value, in my opinion. Mike said that earlier today, and now it's stuck in my head that I need to say, in my opinion. And he's cackling in the other room. Oh, I loved Rose Red. As a matter of fact, I was actually, while we're here, you guys excuse me for a moment. I need to go type that into a search bar so that I'll remember later. I meant to look for it yesterday. And what did I wind up watching? I watched the original Fright Night. And then I watched Russ Craven's Dracula 2000. And I'm currently watching the sequel, which is Dracula 2, The Ascension, which is actually my more favorite of the two, Rose Red. Okay, so I'm going to see if they have that anywhere. Even if I have to rent it, it would be worth it. Because I really, really like that one. And hello, Janice and Rebecca. I'm just talking away over here. It's too bad Els isn't on live with me. She could tell the Mike story again. I cannot do it justice. Hopefully, if you didn't see her live today, you might take the time to go in because she tells a story about Mike in one of the Opportunity Village thrift area. There was an incident with a chair that was hysterical, and she told it this morning on her live. So if you didn't see that, it is well worth watching because it was quite funny. Because I can just picture the whole thing. I even know where it took place, you know. I can picture the store, the location, the setting, the objects. And Krabby's in the house. They had a couple of good ones from yesterday's thrifting. You know, sometimes you go out and nothing out of the ordinary happens, and other times you go out and all the shenanigans happen. All right. What do you guys think? Is it too boring? Maybe I should have used those foam dot things. Anyway. Okay, and then I watched Doom Annihilation, which is, they did Doom with, which I watched a couple of months ago with The Rock. That was the original one. And it was a terrible, terrible movie. Do not misunderstand me. But I loved that movie because it had The Rock in it as a bad guy, one. And two, the guy who was Bones in the Star Trek movies, the remakes, was in that. And I really like him as an actor. Like, I don't find him attractive at all, but I love him as an actor. He brings something. Maybe it's his diction or, you know, the way he speaks. It's just something about, I like it when I see him so I'm going to shut up now. But I really like that. And I had watched the remake before because it's not a sequel. It's a remake. And I like that they put some female characters in because the original was not really having any women in it. But I didn't like it. I didn't like where they took it. The quote unquote bad guy in there was not as much fun. But The Rock took a real beating from critics over Doom. And I didn't think it was all that bad. I actually enjoyed it. But I also never played Doom. So I don't know if that was part of it, is that maybe it didn't do the game any justice as a first-person shooter. But I actually like the original better than the remake. That's my 2 cents. In my opinion. And then I did watch, it was Amy Adams, The Woman in the Window, which was the Rear Window kind of, I think, inspired by sort of thing. And I've always liked Amy Adams as an actress. Is it Amy? Am I saying it right now? Now I have questions. Where she was basically playing a character who had agoraphobia and other mental health issues, but she had seen some shit go on. Her neighbors across the way, you know. Rear Window, anybody? And I thought it was really well made, actually. I enjoyed it. It kept me guessing right up till the end, and usually I can guess the ending. So but I thought it was pretty well done. It wasn't a fantastic movie, like knock my socks off, but it was pretty well done. You know, and anything doing with mental health issues these days is kind of, you have to tiptoe around it because people are very sensitive about that. I thought they did a good job, though. All right, we have reached the end of our path. Let's chitty chat for a minute. Actually, I'm leaving little fingernail marks in it now. That'll just be part of the design. Yes, Doom. 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 It's a first-person shooter game that was made into a movie. Oh, that's a Mousetrap, which is actually a play. I think it's the one you're thinking of. And there was a more modern, like with technology included, Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf before he went mental. It was fairly decent. That was set in a suburb, and it was the house next door kind of thing. Yeah, because you will laugh your tushy off. It is hysterical. Oh, I still get a kick out of that story today. So what do you guys think? Is it terrible? Is my path terrible? Don't lie to me. If it's terrible, just say it's terrible. Before I sweep these off into my hand, do you think we need more anywhere? Or put on your Depends. Oh, I loved Clue. I watched that. How long ago did I watch that? Let me see. Hold on. I gotta check my old list. The one from this went over onto 2 pages in my journal, so. Let's see. I did watch Clue. Dun, 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 Clue. It was on the day 18. I watched Young Frankenstein and Clue on that day. Oh, such a good day. And trip-worthy. Yes, that's what you should get out of this. You're going to kill yourself going down this path. Ooh, there's glitter all over this. Exciting. Okay, I'm going to put these in a little bag at some point. For now, we're going to put them in a little... Got to find a spot to put them. Okay, we will put them on the ironing board by the die cut machine. Oh, we're getting a big old glue booger over here. No glue boogers. Now the question is, Amy, what did you do with the lid of your glue? New England path like. Yeah, I love Tim Curry, so I watch Clue often because it's quite frequently free on Prime. And I'll scroll past it and go, oh, I should watch that. I'm a hard sell, right? Okay, let's get out the wood glue and glue the... Maybe. We can find the wood glue. Okay. So we're going to glue the base down over here. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to glue. Should we glue the house to the base? I think we should glue the base down and then glue the house to the base. Here we go. Squeezing the glue out. It's going to be glue everywhere. Because that's how I roll. If it could be messy, it's me. Oh yeah, squishy glue. So that's the porch for our house. And plus we're trying to encourage this to dry because I have no idea where my borrowed heat tool is. Foundation always comes first, Janice. Do the foundation first. But I'm ass backwards, you know. I do everything the wrong way. Let's close that up so it doesn't create problems. Have a little drink of our pumpkin spice latte. All right. And there's our house and all its haunted glory. You know, we should glue the roof down before we glue that. So let's set this aside. Let that path dry. And see if I can find the popsicle sticks. So that's where I'm at. And I'm a little bit behind on my movie watching, but don't worry. I will catch up. It's because I watched all of the... There's our tombstones for later. And these are all popsicle sticks, but these are not the ones I painted black. So we got to find the ones I actually painted black. Hold on while I look for them. Because I am never prepared. I'm a hot mess. Oh, if I have to do it again, I'm going to be so mad. There's that. I don't know where to put things right now. I found it. I put them in the cauldron. Okay. This is for the roof. So that's what you want to watch me do. Glue down some more stuff. Are we having a good time or what? Rose red is on my list of things I want to watch for my... All right, we found the pieces. Our house is all set up nice. Or what's passing for nice these days. Okay, so let's start over here. Let's glue some stuff down. Yeah, I'm still pretty happy with the way the house turned out. It's very understated. And this will obviously not be in front of the house when it's done. I'm just got that tucked away in there because I don't want to damage it. So let's just start right here. So those are the movies I watch, and Rose Red is on my list of things to watch. I still haven't watched Hocus Pocus, but I own it, so I could watch it 50 times between now and Halloween if I want to. trying to go more lighthearted this year. Although the House on Haunted Hill was not lighthearted, I gotta tell you. Gotta say. Now I'm just putting on roof pieces. I'm not trying to longer pieces for over here. I'm not trying to do like the side and everything. Just trying to give it a little bit of a roof. Oops. That's going to be a thing. This is kind of why I wanted to do this off camera. So you can watch me struggle with it. I'm on the struggle bus. Okay. I wonder if I have any Q-tips left. Hold on. I thought I saw some Q-tips a second ago. Yep, I did. Maybe we'll have better luck with glue application if we use some Q-tips. So, let's get my little monkey cup. My monkey pudding cup. Put a little glue in there. See if this will work a little better. Okay, so anybody else do horror movies? I know there a lot of people are totally not into horror movies. Or maybe even don't celebrate Halloween at all. It's not their jam. Anybody decorating for Halloween? We didn't have any kids come last year, but you know, it was COVID. Was it? No, it was before COVID. But we didn't have much. Elsa's grandkids showed up for a little bit, and we gave them most of the candy because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. You give the candy to the kitties. Because we already had our own, you know. We buy the good stuff for ourselves. Just saying. Hi, Mousy. Craft rooms for all of us. That's our house craft. Yeah. It's like the stuff in Harry Potter. It's bigger on the inside. It's a craft room for every lady. Decorated in just her style. Right? I don't know if I made enough big pieces. I may have underestimated. And it doesn't have to be like perfect. There can be holes because it's a freaking haunted house. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. But he won't eat the candy. Well, that's kind of messed up. What does he do? Do you have to eat all the candy? That seems like a questionable. I can see wanting to go around trick-or-treating, though, because it's fun to see how people decorate their houses and stuff. Or if they do, you know? It's that kind of thing. All right. Whoa. I just literally flung that at the house. I decorate like crazy. Used to hand out candy. Oh, that's fun. I love to do that kind of stuff. But you know what? The last few years, I have totally not felt it. He's on the autism spectrum. That's nice. So he just likes the activity. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's awesome. It's just the question of what do you do with the candy afterwards? Is it for you? Do you get like super candy happy? Okay, I can see a big old glop of glue on the inside here that I just want to wipe off. He was having a moment. We're doing okay so far. I should turn on the other light, but I have to get up for that, and I'm lazy. Uh-oh. I did it now. Hold the phone. Come on. All right, let's see. Is that white enough? Maybe barely. That needs a little more glue. Let's put some glue on here too. It's barely going to make it. See if we can find a whiter one for the next one. That one looks good. Okay, let's put a little glue on the ends. Yeah, definitely. Here we know it's almost, unless it rains here, which there generally isn't a ton of rain in October, generally. And typically, although they're having a few cold years where it hasn't been the case. Well, that doesn't look bad at all. I like it. Okay, now there's like a weird little right here, so I'm going to put one across there. Should probably try and roll up that Q-tip a little bit. Let's just glop some glue right in there. Find a piece that's long enough. It's a weird funky piece. All right. There we go. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put any glue on the stick. Let's glue the stick too. Increase the chance of it actually sticking down. The trunk or treats. No door beggars anymore. I like you, Mousy. I'm scaring the bejesus out of those little fuckers. You didn't say little fuckers, I did. That's kind of half the fun, right? Popping the door open and startling them. I gotta say, for all the times Elsa's granddaughter Shaylee has startled me, I finally got even with her. She didn't know I was awake, and I didn't do it on purpose. I just popped out of my room to go to the bathroom. She was standing right by my door with her back to my door. talking to Els about something, and she had just come out of the bathroom from taking a shower, and she didn't know I was awake, so I properly startled her. For a change, usually it is the other way around. Well, I think now, the way families run, if people don't walk the way they used to, so walking for trick or treating, kids just don't get it. Why are we doing this? We're going to try and leave a little space between those because we've got all right. Now we're going to start over here. I'm hoping I have enough spray painted. Otherwise, we're going to finish it with unspray painted ones and then have to paint them. Hopefully I've got just enough big ones. The space is a little bit wider than I guesstimated. Some of these are going to be shutters on the windows, That's why they're shorter. But I thought I had enough long pieces, and I'm starting to run just a wee bit short. So this could get ugly because we still have all the way down to here. So it won't be a god-awful thing. I did think about walling this up, but I think I'm just going to leave it. Tell Karen her costume was too scary, Deb. Oh, well, now everybody's all precious, Yeah, as they're doing school parties and communities. And more families just aren't celebrating it because of church or for personal reasons or whatever, Halloween's kind of becoming, it's all about the candy and stuff. But that, with the onset of COVID, it was already declining, really, because parents are going more for convenience of one location rather than huffing and puffing up and down the streets. And I kind of understand that because I recognize that it was a chore. Schlepping my own two around was, but that's what you do as a parent. And now kids, they can't be offended or scared or learn anything that's historically accurate. I just feel like it's such a load of shit. We are coddling children a little too much. I agree that they shouldn't live in abusive situations or be exposed to cruelty and stuff like that. But, you got to let kids be kids. Some things they have to learn for themselves. Just saying. And that's my opinion. Mousy, I think you're my kind of people. You get me. I was worried it wouldn't fit together very well, but I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. You need to keep that one for the bottom over there. Yeah. It was one of the busiest traffic nights. So much was nuts. Oh, yeah. Now they drive them around and the parents just follow the kids walking from house to house. Like, I remember when, I would never have just let my kid loose in a neighborhood, even if I was following in the car. And it's not about them not being safe, because once they reach a certain age, they kind of go out on their own, most of them. They got to get some of their own life experience that way, about having the courage to walk up to somebody's house and knock on the door. You know, your parents can't do everything for you. And these kids don't necessarily learn that. Okay. Right. It's the little kids. And you know what? I never tried to scare the really little kids, but the older ones, they should like it to a certain degree, you know? I would try not to scare the bejesus out of a kid on the spectrum too, I think, because you never know how well that's going to go over. And we, you know, as fun as it is to traumatize children, sometimes there are things you just shouldn't do. That's all I'm saying. This probably would have been better with just a smidge of super glue. I need to put a little more glue in the tub. I know, right? And that's where you dare each other to go up and knock on the spooky house door and stuff like that. And it's not like doing all this coddling has stopped bullying or anything. Bullying just takes a new form. It doesn't look quite like the bullying we're used to, but bullying is still there. So being all precious with our kids it's not serving them, I don't think. Again, just my opinion. Don't be sending me emails about what a jackass I am. I think children need to learn some things for themselves in life. And they need a little more freedom in their play than they're getting. That is my opinion as an adult. As an adult who raised kids, and as an adult who's a grandparent. For Christ's sakes, most people don't even know their neighbors anymore. We don't know ours. We nod occasionally at the one set of neighbors. But the ones on the other side of the house, Mike works with them. And we've never had, they won't even say hello to me. Oh, wow. Now I like that. Yeah, I think there should be a little more, I don't know, but you know, it doesn't take a village anymore. People don't, I'm sure they would if there were kids, you know, amucking in the neighborhood. They would keep an eye out on them. But people don't let their kids free anymore. Oh, come on. We only need like 2 more. Please tell me we have enough to make this happen. Don't cop out on. Oh, seriously? Serially? Nope. We're not going to get there. All right. Here we go. We get 2 naked ones. That's all right. We'll just glue. We'll paint them over after. I was going to distress the roof anyway, so we're going to get it grungied up, right? Whoa, I did love spooky crap at 9 years old. But you know, there's some kids are genuinely more sensitive to that, and I get it. But then that kid goes home and cries, or goes to the car and cries, and then they go out again. You know, you go, you got scared. You don't go up and yell at the person who scared the kid. Then maybe the kid's not so scared the next time, because he knows it's a possibility that somebody's going to jump out and go, wah, you know. Stop ruining everybody's fun because your kid can't hack it. Oops. And I'm not saying that doesn't account for, like, you know, special needs children, but those parents should be with them if they're special needs. What?
Oh.
Can you flip on the light for me, please?
Do you want light?
I can barely see what I'm doing.
You want light?
I was too short on the. Look at that. Oh, she went away. She's fast. All right, so I think that turned out okay. We just need to paint those black ones that are actually stuck down. Go back inside your hidey hole. So there's this side. It slid right out the other side. Fuck you. And then we'll go over here. We left a nice big gap up here. There's another nice big gap right there. I like it. I like it. Right. Or take them to the ones where it's all nicey, you know, take them to the mall, take them to the where it's a little more controlled and it's meant to be for smaller children. That's who that's meant for. It's not meant for 10, 12, 14-year-olds. That's meant for little kids. Don't hold back, Mousy. Tell us what you really feel like. You know, you can be frank here. You don't have to hold back. Okay, so yeah, we got to let that dry for a hot minute. So we can't do any shutters at this moment. So we're going to set this aside in a safe place right here. And we'll bring the base back. So I need to, we're not going to necessarily put these away, but we're going to put them, no, we're going to have to put them away for right now. Because the base won't set flat if I, so now let's unwrap these. This is like 4 of those little cauldron things, but they're taped together. Let me get the tape off that so I can have one just for the, trying to untape something with my glue fingers. Well done, Amy. Well done. Excellent planning on your part. And, you know, I don't know. I think this idea that kids can go through life never being exposed to anything bad does not help build character. I'm not saying kids need to be traumatized, but they do need to experience obstacles and things that they're uncomfortable with, because that's what helps you develop as a person. Yeah. Now, see, my kid, Liam and Steven and their friend Rowan and some other kid that I never met, they go out every Halloween and they collect up candy. And you know what they weren't doing? They weren't drinking. They weren't smoking. They weren't doing drugs. They were just out having fun, taking selfies and posting them to Instagram and Facebook. You know what they weren't doing? Vandalizing things. And they were older up till Liam went up till he was 18. They went out every year as a group because they didn't want to do dates and parties and stuff. And at the end of the night, one of the friends' parents would go pick them up because I didn't have a car. And the parent that picked them up was a little stricter. She used to give them all breathalyzers. She wouldn't let anybody in the car. Like, she'd make that kid's parents come get them if they were. So I think we had one that drank the first year. And the next year they knew. And they didn't. They just went out and they got some candy. And then they would sit around trading the candy. And then they would come home. And they were older, but they were respectful. They let the younger kids go first. And I'm not saying my kids are perfect, because they aren't. But they also had it, you know, drilled into them from a young age of what's appropriate in your own neighborhood, you know? And they did. They kept an eye on the smaller kids. They didn't let anybody steal candy and stuff like that, you know? Because to some degree, all of those kids had been bullied a little bit. They were the weird kids. You know, Liam was transgender. One of the girls was gay. One of the little boys was just skinny for his age and underweight. So he got picked on. But they were all friends and they had a good time, and they were looking out for other little kids, and I was actually pretty happy that that was the situation because I was not a very good teenager. I didn't bully other kids, but I drank and I smoked and I did things I shouldn't have. So I think I got very lucky. Okay, so let's bring the base back. So we are not quite ready to, man, and that glue is still drying, but it's drier than it was. So we can actually do some work now. I still don't know if I like it. It needs something. We'll figure out what it is. It needs a little something. But this is how it's going to look. The roof is still drying, but it's looking pretty good. So we're going to put the house on there. And that's what it's going to look like. And we'll dress up the house front. We'll give it some shutters and put a little pumpkin on the porch and stuff like that. But for now, we're going to have the 2 trees, I think. And I got to find what I did with the gravestones. Where's the other tree thing? I got to find the things. The thingy things. Okay. There's one of the trees. I don't want to open them yet because, they'll get damaged. Hold on, there's supposed to be 2 trees, and I have 2, but I keep losing one. It's the same as this, but it's supposed to say you have a big tree and a small tree. And I just want them kind of right next to each other. Just rough it. The tree's not going to get done today. But I got to figure out where I put mine. Where did I put my... Oh, I know where they are. Oh, shit. My little mounds for the graves. I'm stuck. The iron cord is not working. Okay. I don't want to trip over it after the last time. I remember where I put it. So it would be safe. Because they're made out of styrofoam. Yeah, maybe we could just, before we glue the house down, fleck that a little bit. So here's our little, I know we were going to put one over here. You might even put one just right there. Uh-oh. I didn't push that far enough forward, I guess. Oh, well. It's going to be covered with Spanish moss anyway. Okay. And I didn't want them to be all neat and tidy and stuff. Okay, so how do we feel about that? Maybe we want it like that. It's going to be really close to the path, though, because we need room for the headstone. Our little baby headstones. Okay, so I'm deciding if I'm going to put the trees on or not. Oh, you know what? I put the other tree somewhere else because it had that hat stuck on it. Those I bought from these are not from the Dollar Tree. These are from Amazon. They're actually done by somebody that some company that does miniatures. And there are 7 of them, so we have 7 graves. They're very cute, though. And each one is a slightly different style. I'm trying to pull a couple more out. I have to decide if they need to be painted ahead of time or if they're fine just the way they are. One, two, three. Yeah, that's all 7 of them. So I think what we're going to do is, I don't want Spanish moss where the trees are going to go. Let me just cut that off. All right. I'm just going to have to take that seam out altogether. It's making it wonky. It's making me unhappy. Okay. If I want to, or if I even want to do the trees. They're going to be like the wreath with the little curly cues of paper stuck to it with all different Halloween colors. So, yeah, I think, so let's kind of put it, because we don't want Spanish moss under where the trees are going to go. So we'll just so that should work. That's where our trees are going to go. I stuck a hat in the other one as the topper, one of these. And now I don't know where I set it. I set it off to the side. And now I got to find it. Well, I don't got to find it right now. But, oh, I found it. I found it. There it is. That's the other tree. It's behind my computer in the only safe space on the entire desk. Used to ride back roads and look for graveyards. When we lived back east, because they don't really have that here. So I think we're just going to glue down some of these gravestones and then we'll Spanish moss around that. I think that should work, right? I think I'll use the wood glue for the, hopefully that'll work with the styrofoam. I didn't ask any advice before I started taking it. I was just like, I'm going to nail down this stuff. And it's okay if there's glue out the edges because we're going to cover it with Spanish moss. Right? Craft room gremlins move things. I am convinced. Els calls them craft trolls. You know, like trolls that live under the bridge. I guess now there's trolls that live under your desk. Like that's a thing. Let's just squish glue everywhere. Thank you, Janice. Janice knows all the things. I may have to repaint this a little bit, which is okay. We'll actually grungy them up a little bit. I didn't want them pure black. That was just the base. But I figured I didn't want to do anything like that until they were glued down and stuff. So how do I want this to go? Do I want one like that? I'm kind of looking at it on the, because we could totally do one just like that, right? No. I don't think I wanted that straight. Let's do it like that. My God, right, man. I feel that way, Mousy. I feel that way. There are portals to other dimensions on my desk, and stuff just falls through. So there's somebody somewhere going, "Where is my where's my whisk?" They're in the kitchen. Why is this Gorilla Glue sitting here? And then the next minute, the whisk is back, and the Gorilla Glue is gone. That's what I think. That's what I think is happening. There's like a troll universe somewhere that has all our crafty things and none of their kitchen stuff. Then that's where the extra Tupperware lids come from, right? And the missing socks. You're like, why do I always have extra socks? Why? I saw that I don't really get an opportunity to watch Pink Poodle very much. But I saw that she was doing crafts all of October. Like different crafts every night, I guess. I was like, where do you get enough money to like do a different craft every night in October? Clearly some life goals going on over here. Like, I think I need that in my life. Okay, so this is starting to stick over here. So we just need to give this a few minutes before we try to. I'm thinking I might need E6000 for the tombstones, though, so we may not do the tombstones today. Also, got to decide, do you think they need to be painted? Because that's just their finish. Right? It's one pair of scissors and we're all sharing it. That's why some of us can't find ours, because somebody else is currently using them. I like that theory a lot. That has a merit. That 100% has merit. I believe it. With all my heart.
I'm hooked on a feeling.
Okay, do you have an opinion on the gravestones?
Sure, what?
Besides they're cute. Okay, so that's the finish. Do I need to paint them and distress them? Should I just rub some like gold waxy stuff on them? Do you have gold waxy stuff?
I do have gold wax. Gold wax would not work on a tombstone.
Why not?
Because they're not supposed to be shiny and sparkly. They're supposed to be old and black.
Okay, do you have suggestions then? Or we could just grunge it up a little bit.
Grunge it up.
With what? Paint? What do I grunge it up with? That's my dilemma.
Ink. Like stays on.
I have black and...
Okay, I can bring you some stays on.
I don't need it right now. We're going to do the glue tombstones next time.
I see Freddie's watching you.
Who's Freddie? My skull's name is Freddie? No, I didn't know that.
Needed a name.
Apparently. Thanks for scaring the crap out of me.
It's the season.
You're right. You got me there. What do you think, though? Trees,
I like it.
Trees or no trees? I like the idea of the trees, but I don't know if they're going to work.
What do the trees look like?
Well, they're not done yet. These are going to...
No, that's too big.
This is what I do. We need to whittle it down?
I think it's too big.
Well, what do I do now? I left space for trees.
We go to Michael's tomorrow to the Halloween section where everything's 50% off, and we find some.
Okay, so these are no go.
Nope.
No go. I'll have to make trees with the wreath. Or brown for graveyard dirt, right? Okay, I like your suggestion, Janice. Let's see. I'm having my sale on Tuesday, and I did this on purpose. I have already scheduled it, because now the running joke in the house is to just schedule that for whatever 35, because of what happened on Friday. My sale is Tuesday at 12:35 in the afternoon. I'm not going to be quite ready tomorrow because I'm packing up orders from the sale on Friday. So I moved it to Tuesday, and then just for shits and giggles, I made it at 12:35. So don't panic. That is correct. Hopefully some of you guys will be able to make it. Otherwise, I try to do a recap at the end. So we're just waiting. Like these are mostly stuck down here. Once they're all kind of like that, they're not moving quite as freely, then we can nail down the graveyard dirt. The Spanish moss. I don't know what I'm talking about. So somewhere on there, I want to use one of these three little skulls. Let's see. We have, I'm looking first. I have some beads that I bought these last year. So I'm going to put one of those. I'm going to glue it down in front of the house once it's nailed to the porch. So we'll have one of those. And we'll put those three little skulls around. And we'll distress our headstone. So sale on Tuesday. So I was going to do Halloween glue booking tomorrow night. So I want to finish this on Thursday, I think. I think Thursday's as far as we're going to go. If we do get out tomorrow to do the, and tomorrow will be at my regular time, 6 o'clock. I just need to schedule it. And all my sales will not be at 12:35 in the future. I just thought it was funny to do the second part of this sale at 12:35. But that's not going to be a permanent thing. It's just, we were joking about it, so I did it. I did it. So we're going to put all Spanish moss back here, and then we'll figure out something with the trees. Something with the trees. All right. So I have kind of this old looking Spanish moss that we're going to work with. And dude made a right proper mess with his. So I think we're just going to do the same thing. So on Wednesday, let's say Wednesday, 2 o'clock, we'll come back and put the trees and glue the base down. If you guys want to vote, I can do the, hopefully do the shutters on these windows and add in a few other details off camera, just to have it ready to go on Wednesday where we just do the trees, or I can do the decorating of the house front while we're live. If you guys want to vote on live or not live for that portion of it. Yeah, I like that. And it's dried up nicely. So as long as I don't like whack it with a stick, we should be okay. That's okay, Janice. You gotta have Hubbard time, right? All right. So now we need to wipe the glue down because they got glue boogers everywhere. Because that's the kind of person I am. Glue boogers everywhere. All right, now we're just gonna squeeze glue out everywhere. And then we'll go in with a foam brush and some Spanish moss. Let's work in small sections, right? Let's not put glue everywhere. I'll wind up with it glued to my face. Oh, he was saying goodnight. Aw. How sweet. All right. Pulling apart Spanish moss. Where's that? Where'd that foam brush go? And I'm going to put the gravestones over the Spanish moss so that they're kind of, they lean and they list and that sort of thing. All right. We'll glue it down as much as possible, and then after it's glued down, we'll pull off the extra. So it's going to look like poo for a little while. And then hopefully it will start to look better. I need an extra popsicle stick. Come here, popsicle stick. Oh yeah, definitely going to have to vacuum after I get off this live. Not only do I have paper scraps everywhere, but now Spanish moss everywhere. Everywhere, I say everywhere. Let's smoothie some of that out. Before we have a dried in an exact glob. Oops. Ooh, that was a fail. Fail. I think we need Dude's help. He apparently can work the Spanish moss. I suck. Now remember, we are going to thin this out. It's not going to be all puffy like this. Doing the best I can. We will trim it down. We'll just get crazy with the glue because it's got till Wednesday to dry, right? We'll see what kind of crazy shenanigans we can get up to between now and then. There's somebody watching this that is just cringing, I'm sure. It's probably Els in the other room. Going, what is she thinking? She would. I'm sure she's got like a Spanish moss plan. Because she used some on her goodies when she did her project, which we'll be showing soon. I got to finish up my, because this isn't my one for the competition thing. Well, no, it's not really a competition. It's just a let's have some fun for Halloween thing. Which even
what the hell are you thinking?
What?
I don't know. Mike just told me to come in here and ask you what the hell you were thinking.
Spanish moss. I was like, Els probably has a plan for how this should go. And I'm just in here squishing stuff all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, because you put it on your project. I'm like, she's probably got some plan where her fingers never get a bit of glue on them. You know. Is it true? She walked away shaking her head. That's the kind of response I engender. Just what the fuck? Trying to make it. Aw. Am I distracting you from your ball game? Trying to nail down as much of it as I can. So it's all Spanish mossy. I'll put this over here. I think now we know how the if I brush some glue over the path just a little bit in spots, we'll have so we'll just run some glue. The schmutz from the Spanish moss will stick, and that will grungy up the path, right? So that can be a layer. Wet. Yeah, but how am I going to stick it to that? I suppose I could get a little floral wow at the store, and I'm going to need more than just that. Is that spider a thing? Is that a spider?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure? Yeah. All right. So she doesn't want to go to the store tomorrow is where this is going. But I'll have to get some floral wire so I can make like a root system to glue it down. Not that I'm trying to make it, but you know what I mean. Put something down there so that I have something to glue. All right. So I'm just going to, now I'm totally making a mess. You can't trust me for 2 seconds. How did you use most of a bottle of wood glue? Spanish moss. Okay. They have so many commercials. Okay. So let's just smooch this up. All right. So I'm not going to Spanish moss the back half. We'll do that after the trees are down. So we'll do, I think I want a tree kind of right up here and then a tree back there. And maybe we'll do a little tree right over here. So I need a whole, oh, I've glued Spanish moss to my thumb. Perfect. But we'll leave some of it blank and fill it in. Okay, that's as far as we'll go for right now. You're going to have a heck of a mess to clean up later. Stay in there. Oh, is that why you use styrofoam on yours? I love how she gives me the pro tip after I decided all this stuff. She's over there like, look, you amateur. You wouldn't be having all these problems if you'd ask some questions first. Legitimate, it's a legitimate point. I feel called out, but it's legitimate. She's in there chuckling. I can hear her chuckling. That's why I said there's somebody out there painfully yelling at the screen about how wrong I'm doing all of this. Els is just laughing at me, but there's somebody out there that They are very frustrated right now because I am doing it all wrong. It's much easier to glue down if I cut it into little bits and sprinkle it on there. So yet another fun thing I've learned.
Here.
What?
This always makes me feel better.
What is it? Oh, there you go. Yeah, there. Here. Let's find a good spot for it. Somebody out there, that is their mantra right now. They're talking to somebody online. Oh my God. Could she be doing it any more wrong? Does she not know anything? No, I don't know anything. I am not a thing maker. I dye paper and I used to paint some abstracts. This crafty thing, you know. For some things I've done, but I'm not big on dioramas, which is really what this is. It's a diorama, but it's not in a box. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I don't have that kind of patience, Deb. That's exactly how I feel right now. And I know there's somebody more experienced or who's just, you know, not a messy person who is having like 86 cows right now. They're like, who let her loose in the world? This is too much stupid for one person. Nobody. I'm unmedicated and unsupervised in my room. I let myself loose. And I think Els deserves some kudos because she came in and brought that to me. I had glue and Spanish moss stuck to my finger, so I'm starting to look a little bit like Swamp Thing. And she didn't like cringe away from the glue and the Spanish moss like I have some kind of craft herpes. So, you know, that's a thing.
Mike is out there going, no, small pieces, use your tweezers.
Is he really? I am not getting out tweezers, Mike. You're smoking crack. You've met me. You know exactly what kind of patience I have. It's the model maker in him. He does models. So he has to have lots of patience with crafty things. Because to make models, you have to be a very patient person. But someday I want to do one of those doll houses. So I'm going to have to learn some patience, I guess. I'm not using tweezers, Mike. I'm using a popsicle stick and a lot of glue. Because it has till next Wednesday to dry. Amy's the crafting poison ivy, right? Okay. More glue, more glue. So now we know who's in there going, you're doing it wrong. It's Mike. It's Mike. Mike's saying you're doing it wrong. I need tweezers and more precision. I definitely have to have one of those big magnifying things, Janice. I have trouble with close up reading, so I can still see fine at a distance for the most part. But I need readers. So some of that miniature stuff, because I want to do one of those dollhouse, but I want to make it into a creepy witch house, because creepy witch. And I don't want to make a little teeny one. This is fun and everything, but I want one of those super big ones that cost way more money than it should. But life goals. What will I be doing when I'm 65? Swearing a lot and gluing down tiny things. And I want to make it. I don't, I want to buy a pre-made, like a kit to make a dollhouse. And then I want to make a creepy thing. That's what I'm talking about. No, I don't think I've seen that. I have to use canned air to blow out my keyboard after this. It's been Spanish mossified. Is that a word? No, but I made it into one. Ooh, my chair's making a weird squeaky noise. It's getting into the Halloween spirit. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll have a look it up. Yeah, that's a sentence. I intelligent. I even got a college degree. Ha. Do you think sometimes there's probably teachers out there questioning why they gave me good grades right now. She seemed so normal at the time. That's the operative word right there. Seemed. Seemed normal. Okay. I'm concentrating on my Spanish moss. Now it's also sticking to my fingers. It's sticking to me. Okay. We might have to get a new popsicle stick. I think I have defiled this popsicle stick. Or we could just turn it over and I could hold the glue end. It's not like I'm not already covered in glue.
Here you go.
Somebody doubts my abilities here. It's a tongue depressor for a really big person. Let's just go smash things all over the place. Smashy, smashy. A little bit up here. I was really worried I was not going to have enough Spanish moss. I needn't have worried. Was it Bentley House Minis? The Addams Family House was about waist high. It possibly. I just subscribed, but I haven't watched very much of the Bentley House Minis. I know they can take several. So if I undertake that, we're probably looking at a 5-year-ish project. And it is not something I would attempt live because it would be like this. Where did you get that giant tongue depressor? Else took pity on me and my complete inability to apply Spanish moss while Mike's in there probably cringing that I don't have tweezers and I'm not delicately placing everything everywhere. Mm-hmm. All right. We'll trim some of that off next time, but I'm just going to let that dry now, and we'll see what happens. All right, so let me pull some of this glue off me. It would have to be in its own room. Well, it's something you definitely, so I can't do it like while I live here and live in a room. So that's like a hashtag life goals when I have some space thing. Because that would have to be like its own workspace where it could sit, you know. I don't want to be trundling that like in and out of a closet or something. The little patch on your left. My left over here. Right in front of me. Here. Yes, that's the thing, Mousy. So in here. Oh, right here. You've got a point. Yeah. The completely naked patch right here. I'm all sitting right in front of it. Good call, Janice. Good call. Glad somebody's paying attention to what I'm doing. All right. Let's Spanish mossify this thing. I'm trying to scrape some of it from off my desk. It's just piles of Spanish moss everywhere. Did you Spanish moss your haunted house? Yes, and everything else. All the things. Where's that popsicle stick? Even the popsicle stick is hairy now. All right. Glad somebody was paying attention. Right, Carla? Well, it's just that one little, but next time we got it, would be like, why is there that one patch? So we left space for trees that we can fill in. I think we might need a little bit right up here where that's not. Just to keep up the creepy, right? It is. It's all over my keyboard. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Yeah. Well, there's a bonus. If I don't dust long enough, it'll be the dust will be Spanish moss. A layer of Spanish moss. Dust that used to be Spanish moss. It's well on its way because there was poofs of dust coming off the Spanish moss. All right. I know it's like really, once the glue dries and it'll dry clear, all of that under stuff, so it won't look all white like that, but it will be grungy in. I need a dust buster. I need to stop making a mess is what I need. So how about them apples? So we'll have to grunge up the gravestones. And now we've got a bumpy mess to put the tombstones in. So check that out. Like right? So they'll be a little bit leany. That'll be fun. I don't want to attach that just yet. Right? I would put it in a safe place and we would never see it. I'd find it 6 years from now, in a place that's perfectly logical, but that I just never thought of because my brain's not a logical place. So that's what we got done today. Nobody sneeze. I think that's pretty good. So I think, did anybody vote on whether or not they wanted me to do this, the front of the house, offline or online? Like with the shutters and things? So that we would just come back and add the trees and decorate the, distress the other stuff. Any opinions? Whoops. Hey, the roof is stuck down rather nicely. Pima online. Yeah, we'll decorate the front of the house and then glue that down and add on some bats and some other stuff. So we'll move these tombstones back into their little container. But we're still doing it wrong, right? Do it live, woman. All right, fine. Wednesday it is. And I'm tasking Bima with making sure I don't forget. She's going to come at me at the last minute. You're supposed to be live right now. So tomorrow night is Halloween glue booking. What? Oh, you want your doing it wrong thing?
If I leave it in here, it'll disappear.
Wow.
It's swallowed up
In a safe place.
by the craft creature.
We decided there were portals to other dimensions. We'll get back a rubber spatula, and that'll go to some troll's house, and they'll be like, what is this?
Years ago,
Yes.
when my grandkids were little,
Yes.
I had a box of Wheat Thins disappear.
Uh-huh.
Then, like a week later, a phone disappeared.
A whole phone?
Yeah, we said it went in the Wheat Thins box.
Uh-huh.
Must be in that Wheat Thins box.
So for years, everything is in the Wheat Thins box.
Everything's been in the Wheat Thins box for years. It was a portal to another dimension.
We worked it out between Mousy, Janice, and I. That there are just little portals all over, and there's only one pair of scissors. So when you can't find yours, somebody else on another channel is using the scissors,
Yes.
and they just morph into that person's scissors, and so
Yeah. It's just one pair.
that's the going theory now.
Okay.
All right, so we are done for today. We have certainly Spanish mossified my entire work area. Probably making various factions of the craft community cringe. But hey, we got a roof. The roof is not on fire. The roof is, in fact, a little bit creepy. We will be distressing that, and I'll be painting those black. Or maybe I'll paint those two like a slightly lighter color, like a gray. The only bummer is this house doesn't have a chimney, but I don't have it in me to make a chimney. Yes, good night, peoples. Good night, good night, good night. Yay, cringers. So, however you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Thank you for spending the last 2 hours and 18 minutes with me. I so appreciate it. You guys make me laugh. You give me advice. You remind me to fill in the little patch over here. And I really do appreciate it. So, bye. Until I see you on one of my lives or in a box somewhere, the end.